What's up, guys? Billy Holmes, Holmes Auto Ride and Cycles. Today we're going to be working on my Lowrider ST. We're taking a break from working on customers' vehicles. As you can see, we're pretty dirty. And we're going to install a Dominator headlight cover and a laid down license plate frame. So y'all stay tuned and we're going to show you how to do that right now. Alright, so the first thing we have is this headlight cover from Dominator Motorcycles. This is going to install right here. It's going to give it more of a rounded, flush look rather than the kind of the cave-in look here. A couple of reasons why I wanted to do it. Living in South Texas, we have a bunch of bugs, and this is always such a pain to clean and to get to. Basically catches anything, since it's concave, catches anything and everything in here, and it's just a pain. Two, I like the older 80s, 90s style FXRTs that these are based off of, and this is the type of cover that they would have. It looks more like that. So it comes with the plastic cover, comes with a bracket that will bolt to the headlights, and a couple little small screws, and a super cool Dominator motorcycle sticker. That's worth everything right there. So we're going to go ahead and remove the headlight ring, remove the headlight, disconnect the wiring, put this bracket on, put it back, and then this cover here screws on top of it. So let's get to it. First thing is going to be cleaning this really well. The bike is filthy. I was riding in some rain, and then some dust came, dirt came, and it's horrible. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this really well, because once you put the cover on, you know, you're not going to be able to get to it very easy besides taking those two screws out. So let's get to that and get it all cleaned up. That's that good stuff. The Sprayway glass cleaner, SW050. Basically, you just want to get all the bugs and everything out of this part here. Out here, we're not going to worry about it. We can clean that when we wash it. Just want to get to where that cover is going to sit. Alright, so the first thing too, I'm going to pop this ring out. See how easy that comes off. I've been super lucky. I haven't had the experience of this falling off and never finding it while you're driving. So that's the first time it's been off since I've bought it brand new. Going to clean a little bit more here. All right, so now we need to take the headlight out to get to the rear of it, so we can add that bracket and disconnect the wiring. You got a couple of bolts here. Looks like you have a Allen and then a Torx. Not exactly sure which one is going to be coming off, but we're going to grab both of them and see if we can get this headlight out. All right, and we're back. I found the Torx size is a T25. I'm going to go ahead and take these 3 Torx out. Don't drop your headlight. Headlight should come out. There's your wiring. It's got one little clip here. Like I said, this is the first time any of this has been out, so it might be a little hard. There you go. There's the headlight. Now what we need to do is we need to remove this bracket here and this one. We're going to reuse one of them. I'll show you all here in a minute. That other bracket we're going to put, that Dominator gives us, it has 2 little legs that stick out that shield bolts to. So now is the time to clean the headlight up real well. We're going to spray this inside again, clean that up real well, and then we're going to take this bracket off. Okay, now that that's clean, we're going to go ahead, move over to the bench, and we're going to remove this bracket, install the other one, We'll show you how that's done. All right, we got over here on the bench. Here's the headlight. We're going to remove this outer bracket here. We're going to keep this bracket here on the back. So we have to remove this one, keep the springs, and we're going to replace it with this bracket here. This bracket here has a bottom little hole. This is for the bottom of the headlight. You got to make sure that it's not clocked the other way. These are angled a certain way, and that needs to be on the bottom, not on the top. So we're going to go ahead and remove these 3 Allens, which are a 4mm. Okay, so we have all 3 bolts off. They're all the same length. It doesn't matter really which way it goes. You can see the springs here. We're going to remove these 4 off the back of it because it needs to slide off the back of the actual headlight. It can't go forward. These are Torx as well. All right, so these Torx here, they are a T27. The other ones were a T25, so don't use the other ones. You'll strip these out, good chance. There's 4 of them. We're going to go ahead and pull these off. And all of these are not tight. I mean, it's just a headlight, so when you put it back on, don't go cranking on it. These are all the same length as well, so you don't have to worry about putting them back in a certain order. Okay, and there's the bolt there. Now this bracket comes off. Make sure that this plug, or I'm sorry, this empty spot is where the plug goes. Remember that. The springs, they're all the same size. They just go in between, add some tension, and now this bracket here is off. All right, now that we got all the brackets off, we have the headlight. This is the top of the headlight. We're going to go ahead and install this bracket. These have to face forward like that. Put that on first, and then put this bracket on here. We're going to go ahead and screw this bracket back down. There is no Loctite from the factory, which is just a headlight bracket. So we should be good there. Oh, it'd help if I used a Torx and not an Allen. I want to put this one bracket on before, because you can't slide it over this. So put them all in evenly, and then we're going to give it just a little twist. Again, these were not in here torqued down very hard, so probably about a, I don't know, an 1/8 or 1/4 of a turn past finger tight. Okay, now that that's on, we're going to go ahead. We're going to line this up, and then we're going to put these springs in here. You will have to compress the spring to get it back in here. And also remember, these come in from the front side. Get that spring lined up. Comes in from the front side. This is the Allen. All right, so now that all 3 are on, They look pretty much in line. We're going to go ahead and just tighten them up. Okay, everything looks good to go. I tighten them down evenly. I guess it's a spring. You can compress it as much as you want, but I just basically went until the Loctite is showing. Now it's good to go. We're going to wipe this off, and now we're going to fit. We'll clean this, but what we need to do is we need to fit these holes with these. People have said in the past that you will have to bend these to get them to work with the fairing. I guess every little fairing's kind of maybe different. That looks pretty good there. So we'll mess with that later. We're going to put this back on the bike, hook the wire up, clean the lens, and then we'll put this guy on. All right, so we got it all cleaned up. We're going to hook the wire back in. I can only go one way, and of course that's the top. So this is going to sit in there like so. We're going to put the Torx back in, which are T25. Good to go. Like I said, you're probably going to have to mess with these legs. There's no reason to, and I don't even know if it can or not, but there's no reason to put this ring back in. It doesn't look like it's going to fit anyways because of these legs. So you don't have to worry about that ring falling off no more. Okay, we're going to go ahead and spray this down. Clean this. This is just plastic, so don't use anything that's going to scratch it. It's not like glass where it's a little bit harder. This will probably end up showing swirls and stuff if you use, aggressive rag or wipe it off dry. I'm going to try not to put this in without touching the back of it. Front's not a big deal. You can clean that off. Okay. So we're going to test fit this. We're going to line it up. The trick is to make this fit in the middle of that hole. Sorry if I get my head in the way, but you're going to want to, like I said, finagle with this a little bit until, so this here is going to have to be pushed out just a little bit. Okay, that's looking good. I think that might be it. Clean this up. There's the cover. There's my lazy dog. But now you can tell it's flat and level, easier to clean. Hopefully keeps all the stuff from getting up in the corner of the headlight where you can't ever get to it. Keeps your ring from falling off. That's a horrible design by Harley. Dominator. There we go. All right, so that's the headlight cover part. We're going to go ahead and switch to the back and knock out that lay down license plate, and that will wrap this episode up. All right, so next up we have this license plate frame. We're going to go ahead and get this thing down, man. It sits real high, straight up, kind of ugly with all this stuff on. And when my wife does ride, or if I go on a long trip, I take a sissy bar with the luggage rack so I can put my bag on it. Man, that luggage rack is right on top of this license plate, and I don't really like it. So we went ahead and got a Amazon special. Here you go, lay down license plate. It's powder coated black. I've heard good things and bad things about this. Sometimes the hardware, one, is trash. Two, they said you have to kind of enlarge at least one of the holes to get it to fit. So hopefully that's not the case. And it goes on smooth. This is everything they sent. You got a rubber grommet to go in between the paint. And then you have black hardware here. Looks like it's Allen heads. And then you have actual chrome hardware. It looks like different lengths. So we'll see if that's what goes on the fender. First thing, let's go ahead and take off the plate. Now, this rubber boot will of course go there. This is a two-piece, so we will not need the top right this second. Make sure the rubber grommet fits. It'll sit like that. We're going to tear onto this hardware. Of course, there is no directions, but not really sure. Okay, it looks like they give you chrome, the little beveled bolts if you wanted to run the chrome on the bracket, and they give you black as well. So you have these three that I would assume would be to hold this on, but make me feel better, I'm going to reuse the factory hardware since you're not going to see it. I feel better with these than those Amazon ones. So let's go ahead and get the rubber boot. We might have to, yeah, we're going to have to open these holes up. You don't necessarily need to do it with the hardware they give you. I'm just afraid that that bolt's pretty long compared to the factory one, and I don't want it, if I put a whole lot of weight on here, I don't want that rubbing the tire. So the way it comes, you can use it. You can use these, but since I want to use the factory hardware, just to make sure everything's good and it's not too long, we're going to go ahead and enlarge these holes just a little bit with a step bit. All right, in case you're wondering what a step bit is, this, or a unibit, Christmas tree bit, tornado bit, whatever. just going to enlarge these holes. I mean, ever so slightly. Yeah, I mean, it's literally almost just the powder coat thickness is what kept that from going in. Okay, so we're going to put all the bolts in. Okay, so we got all 3 of them in. You won't see this with the license plate on top of it. And then that's how much we have sticking out. That keeps it away from the tire and makes me feel better. Okay, all 4 of them fit. They all felt pretty decent. So I'm just going to snug them up a little bit. Again, it's a license plate. You don't need to go crazy on it. And there we go. There is the lay down license plate from Amazon. Show y'all what it looks like here. See if we can get that that angle. Now that's going to be a lot better, and I'll show you from the other side. That's going to be a lot better with that luggage rack. You can see the angle of that. Way better. Looks good. Hardware looks nice. It does come with that chrome hardware. You can see here if you wanted to put that on. But fairly simple. Phillips to take those 3 screws off. I think it was a 7/16 to break that 1 bolt off. And then a 4mm Allen head to put it on. But way better. Looks a lot cleaner. Amazon approved. Alright guys, that's it for today's episode. Hope y'all liked it. Just a brief recap. You have the Dominator motorcycles headlight cover and the lay down license plate frame from Amazon. Both worked out great. Both were fairly cheap mods that I think made it look a lot better, and it took only about 30 minutes or so to get them both done. So if y'all liked it, hit subscribe, hit the like button. It helps us out a lot. I really appreciate when y'all do that, and we will catch y'all next time. Take it easy.